Hello dear viewers, I am Tia Kichu reporting from Capital Convention Center here in Kohima. Today's event is not just another event on the calendar, it is a global call for action. As the world observes International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and the official launch of 16 Days of Activism, Nagaland joins millions across the globe to say violence is not culture, silence is not protection, and every single woman deserves dignity, safety, and justice.
Mission Shakti Nagaland Department of Social Welfare, in collaboration with Nagaland State Rural Livelihoods Mission, organized a state-level program to observe the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. The program sought to amplify awareness, promote gender justice, and strengthen support mechanism for women across Nagaland. The program was chaired by Srimati Toshili Jimomi, Director, Department of Social Welfare.
Social Welfare Department, Sri Wompang Konyak, who is our Chief Ambassador and special guest today.
The event was graced by Sri Wangpang Kongyak, Honorable Advisor, Social Welfare Department, serving as the Chief Ambassador and special guest of the He for She campaign against gender-based violence. The event commenced with an invocation prayer offered by Pastor Bindang Waling of Kohima Ao Baptist Aruko.
For you, even this morning as we gather here to listen to the stories of those women and girls whose life has been affected, devastated by the violence in different nature.
I would like to also highlight that Mission Shakti, which is under the Department of Social Welfare, is also observing this day in all the 17 districts where our centers are established for safety and security of women. I want to thank all the representatives of various government departments, male officials and staffs who responded to the official invitation given by the Department of Social Welfare. Today, we are very encouraged to see maximum men participating for an issue related to women. Normally, we see very little participation from men, but today we are very happy and we welcome you once again. Now, I would like to give time to Gracie Aye, State Mission Coordinator, Mission Shakti, for a time of presentation.
You can see most of our presenters are male.
Sri Limawa Pangjamir, IAS, Secretary and Administrative Head of Department of Social Welfare, delivered the keynote address, underlying the need of active and collective action and stronger institutional frameworks to address gender-based violence.
Program, as we all know, today we are observing the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. The United Nations International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women is an annual event observed all over the world. The 181 Women Helpline and 1098 Child Helpline comprise the Women and Child Development Control Room. Women Helpline provides 24-hour emergency and non-emergency response to women affected by violence and provides information on women-related government schemes, programs, and services. It has catered to 3,396 calls from its inception in 2016 till October 2025, which includes gender-based violence and information-seeking calls.
A special musical performance by the male voice of the Directorate of Social Welfare set a reflective mood for the program. In the program, Mission Shakti officials highlighted key legal frameworks for women and children, services and support mechanism available under Mission Shakti, and awareness through IEC materials and audiovisual presentations.
Mission Shakti, Nagaland, and also on the various services we have for safety, security, and empowerment of women. As ambassadors today, all of you, please read it and share it with your colleagues at workplace and share it in your community too. Now, a brief video has been prepared to share about the impact we have been making in the lives of women and children from different walks of life facing various forms of gender-based violence.
Hello, this is 181 Women Helpline. How may I help you today?
अपनी मुई के मदद करोले पारो
आपने की मदद लगी है? Rescue, medical ना counseling लगी है?
मुई बिश दुखते से मुई थगी ओले एकता जगह लगे से
आपने चिंता न करिए दे अमी खाना से आपने लगा केस तो मुई इतिया सखी one stop center दे transfer करी दिबो
Now I would like to give time for the introduction of Gender Resource Center by Nagaland State Rural Livelihood Mission, Crisovonio Chris, State Program Manager.
NSRLM representatives introduced the Gender Resource Center, envisioned a platform for capacity building, gender advocacy, and
The
community
success
engagement.
of the first campaign took the notice of the Ministry of Rural Development, for which our SAG woman Mozangla was invited to give her testimony at New Delhi during the national launching campaign. Next slide, please. During the third year, Chuji, an SAG woman from Longleng district, co-anchored the national launch event, which was graced by Honorable Union Minister for Rural Development. So this is how far our women have come through constant sensitization, and the objective of year 4 of Nai Chetna gender campaign.
The Department of Social Welfare is very fortunate to have Honorable MLA and Advisor Sri Wongpang Konyak as our advisor, who has always been very supportive, and at the Department of Social Welfare has been organizing so many programs, and he has always been very cooperative, and today also we are very fortunate to have him as our chief ambassador and special guest for He for She campaign against gender-based violence. For information, last week we had celebration of 5 years of Nashamuk Bharat Abhiyan, and where we had named our Honorable MLA and Advisor Sri Wongpang Konyak as our ambassador there also. And today, I would like to give time to our Chief Ambassador and special guest, Sri Wongpang Konyak.
Sri Wangpang Kongyak, in his address as the chief
Respected
ambassador,
Chairperson
delivered
of
a
the House,
resonant message
everyone,
that
so
real
Ashwin
men don't
Bani,
hit women,
who is also
real
the Director
men
of
raise their
Social Welfare
voice with
Department,
women. He
respected
reminded the
Secretary,
gathering that the role of man
Sri
extends
Bawapang
far
Champi,
beyond protection. It includes
respected
actively preventing violence, nurturing respect
Committee
within
Object,
families, and
Kamla
shaping a
Secretary
future
Social Welfare,
generation that understands dignity,
Mr. Bhunang
equality,
Mani,
and
District
compassion.
Kapa,
By teaching their children and modeling
the
the right
officers,
values,
the Program
men
Officer
have
of
the
the
power to break cycles
NRL
of violence and build safer
Army Department,
communities. As the
all the
chief
officers
ambassador of the He for She campaign,
who are present
he
here today,
emphasized the
and our
responsibility
distinguished guests.
shared by men in
Today we are
ending gender
celebrating
based violence.
in fact,
He
observing
reiterated the
International Day
government's commitment
for
and encouraged
elimination of
early
violence
reporting,
against
community vigilance, and
women.
empathy driven support system.
I feel this event should be a start of a journey we make together where no woman or girl in Nagaland will live in fear simply because of her gender. Globally, almost 1 in 3 women has experienced physical or sexual violence at least once in her life. Violence against women and girls remain one of the most prevalent human rights violation in the world. Even here in Nagaland, in reference to recent months in Kohima, there has been an alarming rise in reported crimes against women. Our Mission Shakti, One Stop Center, Women Helpline 181 are receiving multiple cases, often from women who wish to remain anonymous because of the stigma attached. The recent incidents in Kohima are a wake-up call for all of us as a Christian state and as communities that have always held women in high regard. This casts a dark shadow in our society. It is important for everyone to understand that violence against women is not just a women's issue. It is a human issue. It happens in our homes, villages, workplaces, and in the silence we sometimes choose to keep. Every act of violence steals not only her dignity, but the dignity of our entire community. The He for She campaign movement changes the traditional narrative by making gender equality a benefit to all. Let us all become ambassadors of women's safety in all walks of life. Remaining silent when we witness our sisters being harassed or violated should never be an option for any of us. As a man, a father, a brother, and today as the chief ambassador of the He for She campaign in Nagaland, I stand here to declare clearly that real men do not raise their hands against women. Real men raise their voices with women. Real men teach their sons respect and show by example. The truth trend lies, the true strength lies in protecting our women. I would like to applaud the Mission Shakti functionaries for their dedicated service and encourage them to continue providing their support to women in distress. The Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India, through various schemes and Hub for Empowerment of Women stand firmly with us, and our Social Welfare Department is carrying forward these objectives with commitment. I also congratulate the NSRLM under Rural Development for expanding gender resource centers to 7 new RD blocks. Ifri, Longlang, Mon, Changdongya, Futchero, Woka, and Sadika, taking empowerment to the block and village level through self-help groups is creating visible, positive change at the grassroots. The Gender Resource Center we will be integrating today, will be a safe space for survivors, a learning hub for families, and a training center for police councils, churches, and student bodies to respond with compassion and speed. This is not just a building, it is a birthplace of a movement of respect and care. I would urge every man here and listening across Nagaland to join the He for She pledge. Stand up when you see wrong. Speak out when jokes turn cruel. Intervene when a sister, wife, or a daughter is in danger. Change begins with us and within us. To every woman in Nagaland, you are not alone. The government of Nagaland, Mission Shakti, the Department of Social Welfare, and thousands of men like me are working beside you. Your pain is our pain, your courage is our inspiration. Let us confront the reality of violence, encourage men and boys to participate, change discriminatory attitudes, bring an end to gender-based violence, ensuring that women's dignity is protected and upheld. I urge everyone to make Nagaland a state where every daughter goes to a school without fear, every wife sleeps in peace, every human or every woman walks with her head held high. With this result, I inaugurate the Gender Resource Center and declare the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence open in Nagaland. Thank you so much, and God bless.
A significant highlight of the event was the pledge taking ceremony, where all attendees collectively pledged to stand against gender based violence. The pledge reinforced the message that the men present at the event were ambassadors of the He for She campaign, taking personal responsibility to promote safety, equality, and respect.
Based violence. To encourage men and women to mentor children to live violence free, to educate myself and others about healthy relationships, whenever possible, I will report all known, suspected, or witnessed incidents of violence against any woman or child to an agency, organization who can assist the victims. Thank you. You may be seated.
The event concluded with closing remarks by Srimati Yongching Kamla, Secretary Social Welfare Department, who thanked all the stakeholders and reiterated the department's ongoing commitment to strengthening support system for women and children
for
in
all the
Nagaland.
staffs to make this hall beautiful and also to make this program a grand success. Thank you to one and all.
This was followed by a signature campaign where participants wrote their names and signatures as a public commitment to supporting survivors, preventing violence, and fostering gender equality. The campaign symbolized unity, accountability, and a collective promise to work
And the
towards a
Regional
violence
Director
free
for
society.
Nagaland State Rural
The Chief
Development
Ambassador
Mission.
officially launched the 16 days of activism against gender based violence, followed by the inauguration of the Gender Resource Center, marking a key milestone in institutional efforts towards awareness, prevention, and gender justice. The program successfully brought together government departments, partners, and community members to reaffirm their commitment towards eliminating violence against women. The pledge and signature campaign added a strong participatory dimension, marking the event not just as an observance, but a movement towards meaningful behavioral and societal change.
As we conclude this event today here in Kohima, the message is clear and urgent. Violence against women is not inevitable, it is preventable. It begins with awareness, it begins with community engagement, and it begins with a society coming together and standing as one against this evil.